what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time once again. Thank you for joining us. We got a great interview coming up in just a couple minutes. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You're always going to be notified of new interviews whenever they become available. And feel free to use the comment section here on YouTube, and also check out the links, because we have links to our caps and t-shirts, which I'm sure that you'll enjoy getting. And also we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And feel free to like the page, inboxes, comment, and everything you see. We love to hear from you there. And we have good old-fashioned email, paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And remember, it's not just for bands and solo artists who want to be on the show, but if you're a fan, you can use that same email address. We love to hear from you. And feel free to check out Paul Mash TV every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Grind City TV on Roku. And I'm sure you won't want to miss an episode of that. And also we have an official web address, and all that's going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. We have Adrienne Haupt from Nashville, Tennessee, coming up in just a moment. Another talented artist, and I think you're really going to like this lady. And we'll get into that in just a moment, but first, here's a quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Well, it's interview time again, and with us from Nashville, Tennessee, we have Adrienne Haupt. Thanks for joining us, Adrienne.
Hey, thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad that you could join us today.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about how it began for you as far as being an artist? You know, everybody has their own story, and I'm sure you have your own story too. Why don't you share it with us?
Yeah, definitely. I started singing at about 6 years old, actually. I grew up singing in the church, my church and other churches around, and just did that really all throughout my early years in college. And then I kind of started to figure out who I was as an artist and who I wanted to be as an artist. And I kind of moved out of the more sacred church music and moved more towards some country music, pop music. So that's where I am now. It's been a long journey, but I'm loving it, and it's my happy place is singing and being on stage.
Well, that's good to know that that's your happy place. I mean, you're making music and you're making people happy, and that's what it's really all about anyway. And
exactly.
so I'm glad you're doing that. Why don't you tell us about some of your mainstream influences that encourage you in your songwriting and singing and so forth? I'm sure you have some pretty good ones.
Yeah, so growing up, I listened to a lot of Garth Brooks. I think I'm probably his biggest fan. And he's definitely like my biggest influence today. I love him. I love his storytelling. I just think there is something so unique about him and his style. More like current artists, I really love Casey Musgraves, and I love Maren Morris a lot as well. They're both like super great women in country. And I'm really inspired by them being just like so unapologetically themselves in their artistry and like in their social media and all of that. Like they just really are who they are, and I love that about them. And I think that that's such a special quality in an artist. So from like an artist standpoint and a personal standpoint, I really look up to them.
Okay, yeah, you do have a pretty good ones, and of course the ones you mentioned like Casey Musgraves and so forth. They're really not ones you really think about a lot, and hopefully, eventually you will think about them a lot, when they really start doing what they're doing. So tell us a little bit about where we can find you as far as your music goes. I mean, is it all streaming? Do you have physical copies? If you don't, I mean, obviously in this time and age you don't, but if you do, let us know that.
Yeah. Everything I have is streaming right now. I'm on literally anything you can get your music from. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora. I'm trying to think of different ones. It's all over. You can find it anywhere just by searching my first and last name.
Okay. So go out there and get Adrienne Haupt's music. She'd appreciate you for that, and I know I would appreciate you too if you did that. So we're getting ready to watch a music video for you from you, excuse me, in just a short while. Why don't you tell us the name of it and if there's a story behind it?
Yeah, so the song that we're going to show you guys is Could Have Changed. It's my most recent single. I wrote the song with a friend of mine, Josh, and another girl named Jordan Grassi. It's a funny story because Josh and Jordan started writing this song, and I've never actually met Jordan before, and they didn't finish it. It was just a song they left in their songbook and just kind of forgot about it. And then probably like a year or so later, Josh and I were writing together, and we were kind of having writer's block that night. And he's like, well, hey, let me play you this song that I started with another girl, and let's see if we can finish it. So we ended up finishing it, and we loved it, and that's where we are now.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a pretty good song, and I think everybody out there will definitely once they watch that. And we'll get to that in just a moment, but I think that's about all we really need for now, Adrienne, and we thank you for your time and coming out here on Paul Mash TV and talking to us. And maybe one of these days, if we get some new music, maybe we'll have you back on again sometime.
I would love to. Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. And let's watch Could Have Changed by Adrienne Haupt right here on Paul Mash TV, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Close my eyes and know in my heart you're leaving this time. I've never been too good at goodbyes. I see the taillights fade from the back of your truck. After all that's said, you're finally done. This time I'm sorry, it's not enough. I know it ain't enough. I wish I could have changed. I wish I could have cared. I wish I could have held your hand when you needed me there. I wish I could have loved you and that it made you stay. There's so much I could have done at the end of the day. I wish I could have changed. Trying to move on and forget the past, but your memory keeps creeping back. I guess I should've known it wouldn't last. You gave me a chance and now it's too late. There's nothing left that I can say. I hoped it wouldn't have to end this way. Yeah, I'd hope you'd stay. I wish I could have changed. I wish I could have cared. I wish I could have held your hand when you needed me there. I wish I could have loved you and that it made you stay. There's so much I could have done at the end of the day. I wish I could have changed your mind and made you see if it were up to me, I'd fix everything. But there's only so much I can do, and there's only so much that I can put you through. I wish I could have changed.